Hello and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. We're here with some more Honkai Star Rail. Off stream, I am very quickly finishing off like everything side questy and Amphorius. I've gotten all the treasure chests and all the nymphs and solved all the prophecy puzzles for every area. Or I guess not for every area, but for all of Dawn. And for Fallen City, Akama, Strife Ruins, Krymnos. And for Abyss of Fate, Genopolis. And for the Grove of Epiphany. I just need these last three. And then I'll be caught up, and I'm about to gain another 2 areas to go through. We're gonna go straight to the Vortex of Genesis.
Short respite, then time for the next fight.
And then maybe do some more relic farming stuff. Let's see. 7 hours from now, do I wake up? No, yeah, I wake up 8 hours from now, so I need to have 80. So I need to have 40 left when I'm done, so I need to do 170. It'll leave me with 40, so I'll do like 1 less than that.
You want to take advantage? With enough believers, lies become reality! Gotcha!
I won't do.
You can't run!
Never hesitate! No! Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Found me!
Fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
You can't run!
Never hesitate! I won't do. Too slow.
Found me!
Forever triumphant!
Oh, unfortunately, nobody gets cut in there.
Inevitable!
I'll take it on! With enough believers, lies become reality! Gotcha!
The fearless knows not fear.
Yeah, I could have cleared all that by just aiming for the center twice.
Run!
I won't do. Never hesitate!
Hey there, Wobster.
Found me!
Too slow. Forever triumph!
This is Trailblaze power spending.
Can't run!
The fearless knows not fear.
I actually just got through maxing out my Japard. Whoa, Rachel got a turn.
Forever triumph!
And then I was like, you know what other preservation character I haven't maxed out yet?
With enough
Preservation
believers, lies
Trailblazer.
become reality! Gotcha!
Never hesitate!
So that's what this is all about right now.
Found me!
The fearless knows not fear.
You can't run!
I gotta be prepared for this upcoming everything's fire element.
Victory is inevitable!
Found me! With enough believers, lies become reality! Gotcha!
Never hesitate!
There's a saying, no harmony. I mean, Cypher's giving damage amp. Almost comparable to Tribi E0.
Fearless knows not fear.
And then everyone here uses follow-up attacks. So Topaz is kind of like a harmony.
Triumph! Victory is inevitable!
No one's taking any damage yet.
With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha.
Never hesitate.
Also, this team is like indistinguishable from like having adventuring on the team instead, because you just immediately clear the first 3 waves and then no one has shields anymore. And it's like strictly better than having Jade on this particular fight because I don't have Hua Hua on the team. Although I could have also just like stayed close to this space anchor. Because I didn't have a healer, having Jade on the team would make everyone like, or make one person be really hurt. And Ratio has all the debuffs that he needs. It works out. He got 1 turn in though. I'm a little disappointed that he got the 1 turn. Huh. You know, interesting, the Vortex of Genesis is supposed to be time agnostic. Like, you know how every map has like a Evernight version and a Dawn version? Not the Vortex of Genesis. The Vortex of Genesis started off being not dilapidated, and because of the events of the story, is now forever dilapidated. Like, I can go back to original Akuma and you know, still talk with people and they'll all be alive and whatnot. But this place will forever be stuck like this. Alright, so what happened in the story? I don't even remember. I know that we're like in the middle of... Oh, I can't use Fate's Atlas while I'm in here. Okay, I remember now. So we witnessed Finon's whole town be destroyed, and he fled, and everyone died. And he's like wandered the countryside being a hero for like a couple of years.
Is this your idea of an honorable duel?
Bloodshed isn't the way. We and Aggie don't want to see Chrysoceres turn on each other.
Okay, so this is several years in the future. Triby's already a thing. Aglaya's already been recruited. This also means that Triby has been trying to start the Chrysos War, has failed multiple times. Celios has killed Aquila by now and become Aquila. And Triby was arrested as Tribios, or maybe as Triby. I'm not quite sure exactly what that is on the timeline, but was eventually rescued by Saradra. And all this is happening, and now we're at having Finon and Maide.
True warriors know when to sheathe their blades. The impartial Talantan shall oversee this duel. You need only place your offerings upon their scales. Something that has more weight than the fate of the world.
Which means only those who understand the world's weight are worthy to carry it. Is this how you plan to test our convictions?
There was a puzzle early on in Yanisopolis, I think, that had the same concept where you had to place something heavier than the weight of the world. I think it was just like yourself on there.
Well, Kremnoan, looks like you won't be able to punch your way through this one.
I feel like
Makes
Maide's
no
going to
difference.
have a
One
better
last
chance at this.
New recruit. Walk away and I'll spare your life. Otherwise, come and face me. I'll give you a warrior's death.
Oh, right, it was the camera, actually.
Hard to imagine they once clashed like this.
Holy Maiden, I can't help but feel like a pawn that has stumbled into some greater political game.
Every hero was once a child, and every child must grow.
That's so. I don't even know why I'm standing here right now.
Look at me. Just a common soldier. If it weren't a contest of swords, Lady Goldweaver would have taken the fight herself. When it comes to dying for the Holy City, how could I ever measure up to her?
What if we told you this duel isn't about winning or losing, but rather in the choice you make?
Are you saying that Lady Goldweaver is testing me?
Every Chrysos heir is indispensable to the Flame Chase journey. And you and the Crown Prince of Kremnos are both a part of the prophecy. What the duel marks is not an ending, but a beginning. So, listen to your heart. We wish only to hear your answer.
True enough. The voice within has never failed me. It doesn't matter what the result is. I'll give it everything I have.
Spoken like a Chrysos heir. Now go, Finon.
I still really
Journey
wish
has only just begun.
that they had a different character model for not quite the soldier Finon. Because, like, they did something like that with Aventurine. They gave us, like, Aventurine talking to Child Aventurine, the Activin, whatever his name is, his given name. They could have done that for Finon, and it would have served the story so much better.
That's right, comrade. It's time for us to teach that proud prince a lesson together.
Which iteration was this again? This is the most recent Flame Chase journey. We're actually witnessing Finon's origin story.
Now that's what I like to hear. Still, on the topic of the Temple of the Three Fates, here we are, at the Temple of the Time Titan. And I don't even know how Cyrene's studies are progressing. We haven't really had much contact since I set out.
You think she's still alive?
I hope she's doing well.
Wait, what?
Anyway, let's go, comrade. It's not every day you get a chance to see Talantin's scales of justice.
There's no way he thinks that she's still alive.
What's going on? Did he just say Cyrene's studying here? But how is that possible? Wasn't she? Of course, Lygus disappears right when I need answers. Forget it. I need to catch up with Finon first.
Amazing. Talantin may have fallen, but their scales remain true to their purpose.
I hope you still remember your purpose, new recruit.
You seem awfully confident, Kremnoan. Let's see how you define the idea of weight.
This is what Lycus deems a immersive theater. So basically Finon is like putting the core flame into the chalice and is literally initiating Aeronova. But in that very instant that he was about to start it, like time kind of froze. Then Lygus kind of was like, hey, you want to like take a peek into Finon's mind? If you want to understand what's going on, you know, we got to start at the very beginning. And, you know, even though I wasn't there, so to speak, through the power of like Lygus and Cyrene in some sort of way, we've inserted ourselves into the story, and we're kind of witnessing events that have happened through Finon's journey to make him the Finon that we know. So it's like not exactly everything that happened, but it's just kind of like how Finon feels about it in his old age as we're about to like go into the Aeronova.
For your information, in Castrum Kremnos, the punishment for profaning a duel with such crooked words is impalement.
Wow, that's pretty rough.
As we're in foreign lands, I'll indulge you.
You just like instantly lose the duel by getting impaled.
The crown jewel of our people. That's my choice.
The ring. Not just any ornament, I'd wager. What's the story behind this little treasure?
Don't push your luck. Think I'd pour my heart out to you? Just know that Kremnos' 1,000 years of glory could bring a titan to its knees. Let alone a nobody like you.
So to him, glory and his people outweigh the entire world.
And the very destiny that Mighty himself will eventually shoulder.
There aren't going to be any treasures here because we have sustenance
Don't overthink it, Final.
anchors instead of space anchors.
Trust your heart.
So let's just do our dialogue and then carry on with the story.
I'm just a holy city guard up against Kremnos' walking war machine of a prince. Don't you think this is a little bit too unfair? Now this is a tough one. What can I possibly offer against a ring that signifies so much? Well, comrade, what does your gut tell you? This sword has been with me through every battle. One day, it'll help write a heroic epic. But not today. I'm still young, and I have a long road ahead.
The fact that you're not able to give it up for even trying.
In the end, there's only one thing I can trust.
Himself?
The deliverer
Deliver
that
card.
appeared in my life on that day. How ironic. I can't even look at this card properly, much less follow where it leads. Just thinking about how my village was swallowed by the black tide makes my hands shake. The flames, the screams, my utter failure to protect anyone. Speaking rationally, I know it's not nearly enough. Addis Elysiae was just a small village. Its loss barely a scar on Amphorius' face. But here and now, my heart says something else. This card. It's everything I have left. Nothing weighs heavier.
Perhaps that itself is the answer.
Look, Finan.
It's so nice to see you all again. Lady Trinan, Finan, and... hello. Seeing you here sure is a sweet surprise.
I'll say.
Why so surprised? Could it be... did you miss me?
Cyrene? This is incredible. I was literally just thinking about how you might be here. But I never imagined I'd see you this soon.
Finon's going delusional in his final moments.
I was supposed to leave with the priests, but then I heard Lady Maiden was with a white-haired young man. I figured it had to be you, so I snuck back here.
I guess to be fair, Cyrene seems to be outside of the story because she stopped March from going into the portal and she was alive outside of Amphorius. And right as Finon was delivering the core flame, before we arrived, Cyrene showed up behind him to confront Lygus and him. So, like, I guess really anything's possible. Like, maybe she's literally on the outside and, like, interfering with the story as we're happening it, even though, like, within the story she died.
That's Cyrene for you. Unfortunately, this isn't a good time for reminiscing. That Kremnoan over there.
Still playing house, boy?
But also, why wouldn't I be able to do the same?
Quite the hothead.
Like, it seems like you had to go into the
You
portal in
two
order
just might
to
get along.
interact with it.
Don't worry. You already know
Since
what the
Herta and
answer is,
Screwlum weren't able to
don't
do
you?
so, and March wasn't able to interfere from outside of Amphorius, she had to actually go into the portal to go into Amphorius.
If that's your choice, I am with you. I am with you because I remember it all too. The fields of Ide Silicii, those red leaves, that little swing of mine beneath the tree where I dreamed the sweetest dreams. And those dear fairies in the Membrance Maze. It hurts so much knowing they're gone forever.
Wait, why are they gone forever? The Lost Maze was hidden from everyone, and the fairies told them to not leave the maze so that they would stay safe until the Black Tide was gone. I mean, I guess they could be gone forever in the sense that the Black Tide just cut off their access to them even if they're still there.
The pain speaks for itself. Our hometown may have been just a tiny village, but to us, it was the whole world.
Or maybe this is some alternate timeline where the maze died and Cyrene lived.
But that's not enough, Finan. Not nearly enough. Even though hatred can help people grow and turn a boy into an unbreakable warrior, what you need now is victory. You can't just stack the scales with your past suffering. You have to throw the weight of your future onto them as well.
He's gonna put himself on there.
What do you mean?
Maybe that was a bit too cryptic for you, but it's actually really simple. Why not have our mutual friend here stand on the scales with the deliverer?
Oh, so like
How
I'm literally
about
your
it?
future.
Can you help us? Relax. Our dear crown prince won't have a clue.
Wait, that's still cheating though, even if you don't have a clue.
Try that.
I wonder if he actually
Fate of
lost
Akuma
this
hangs
in
on
the
story.
original storyline.
Must claim victory for their sake. I will stake everything I have. Stand with me, comrade, and we shall become heroes.
Because Tribby was like, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, it matters with your thought process. And then when he chose to use the deliverer, Tribby was like, oh, this was like a pretty good answer. So he probably lost in the original timeline, and then just like they accepted him anyway.
Let's. Together we'll prove that what weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future.
Talantin, the fair, the just, they of unassailable integrity. The challengers have made their choices. In the name of the Holy Maiden of the Three Fates, lower your scales, weigh destiny, and reveal unto us your verdict.
Your offering is a card?
Yes, a flimsy little card. That is my choice. Just know that it's called the Deliverer.
Interesting. Very well. If you can beat me with this
You know,
card,
he does win in the original
that's what I'll
timeline.
call you from now on.
It's a deal.
The scales, they're wavering.
Talantin is deliberating on the outcome. It appears the convictions of both sides are equally matched.
That's funny. It's their first tie.
This is suffocating. Like the whole world's
And they were
weight is
best
on my
buds ever
shoulders.
since.
But I believe what my heart tells me.
Finally decided.
children of humanity. I shall pronounce judgment, for the difference is now clear. The one whose offering weighs more than the fate of the world is...
Me, the Trailblazer.
one from Ides Elysiae,
Oh.
the nameless hero. However, heed this. The true weight of conviction originates not from itself, but rather in that which tips the scales. Hope itself.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think the Titan means that it's not anyone's personal convictions that outweigh the fate of the world.
Yes, that's literally what he said.
It's about a wish, one which we all share. You, me, everyone here. What tipped the scales wasn't Finan's conviction alone, but the collective hopes carried by this oracle card. Humanity's desperate call for a deliverer.
What is this, 4-on-1? Trinan, Cyrene, Finon, and me versus just Maide?
Yes, even you and your people, Gremnoan.
Placing us both on the same side of the scales? Foolish. We Kremnoans are your mortal enemies. Such weak idealism will only get you skewered on our spears.
Fine by me. I've never claimed to be the deliverer from the card anyway. I'm a soldier, and if it's my fate to bleed my last on the battlefield, then so be it. I'll fight to my last breath. And on this, I know that we're the same. That's all a hero really is. Someone with that kind of conviction. And the deliverer? Just a sum of all those heroes.
A brilliant explanation. Just as prophesied, on this day, the final two heroes shall join
Yeah,
the
they're the
Flame Chase
last
journey.
of the heroes. Okay. But who came before them?
I should have known from the start. They all say Lady Goldweaver is quite brazen, but you're the first to even imagine that prophecies could persuade a Kremnos warrior.
Oh, I have 1,000 ways to tame a lion. But this lion didn't come here for bloodshed, did he?
The Kremnoans far outmatch Occam's forces, yet we haven't lost a single soul. That's no accident, is it?
Do you honestly think Kremnoans, renowned for our love of battle, would show mercy?
Your forces are equally renowned for their iron discipline. And so, we can only assume that this is on your orders.
Perhaps Akama isn't as hidebound as the rumors say. You grasp the true marrow of power more clearly than those elders.
Now that the wheels of fate are turning, what finer way to celebrate this fortuitous encounter than a feast? Follow me, brave Outlanders. Heroes of this world are as countless as the stars. And at this moment, we find ourselves gathered here by the light of the flames of the long night. History shall remember this moment. The prophesied Chrysos heirs now stand assembled, heralding a new dawn for Amphorius.
You must see it now, how different this is from the flame-chased journey you traveled.
I finished Trails Chapter 1 today. What Trails? That's like a really long multi-game franchise. So many questions. I think that all these are just one Trails of the Sky remake. Nice.
Who? Perhaps the role is not that of a person who really existed. Notice how only two particular
Yeah, Cyrene and Finon are the only ones that actually talk to me. That's not true. Trivia talked to me, right? No, she didn't.
We're approaching the final act. These are, as I mentioned, his first memories. They are of particular importance for the imminent era nova. Such as this very moment, as the prophesized demigods gather with Talentum as witness. This is a moment calculated by the gods. What comes after is no different from that which you already know. Some join, others leave, while flame chasers bear their faint light forward through the long night. Ah, come. Your seat awaits after 13 heartbeats.
I finally broke down and got a PS5 with Final Fantasy VII Remake 1 and 2. Nice, congratulations. Have you also played Final Fantasy 15 and 16? Those are also on PS5. Although I think 15 might have been on PS4 as well. 16 at least for sure is a 5 exclusive though.
Our heroes will be ferried to the final scene.
They say that the heroes of this world should be as countless as the stars. Yet now, we're the only ones left standing. So, in the end, the black tide still swallowed everything.
The West stands protected by mighty Scrumnoans. It will hold for the time being. Professor Anaxa deployed wards in the north and east before.
This is completely different.
Their effectiveness is untested, but I believe in him. And Akuma. We needn't fear for Aglaya. Even in death, she counts as the greatest among demigods. Her threads of romance weave an impenetrable shield, and the people answer her call, rallying to the city's defense. Let's move. Cavalry has given their core flame. We must complete the Era Nova before the next entry hour. For Amphorius.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Expedition 33 if that wasn't already on your list. There are a couple of other ones. Let me look at my list here. And I can pull up my wish list in my catalog, and that would give you everything, I think. But I have a couple of standout ones in the Discord server. Let's see. Tides of Annihilation. It's going to be an action RPG, I'm pretty sure. It looks like an action RPG at least. Octopath Traveler 0, but that's going to come out in everything. So you don't necessarily need a PS5 for that. I think Fantasian's also on everything. It's also a year old at this point. Unicorn Overlord. There's so much. I know that you just dropped $1,000 almost, but you can play a lot of stuff, quote unquote for free by just getting a subscription. And if you actually play the games, I don't know what your day to day is like, but if you actually have 3 hours, 2 hours a day to play the games, you'll get pretty far by getting a subscription. and then just like downloading the stuff that you want to play and then like playing it. Because I think that a year subscription is the cost of like buying 2 of the games. No, Final Fantasy 13 is locked to Gen 6. So like you can only play that on a PS3 or an Xbox 360. And there's like no other way to get Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, or Lightning Returns. It's like I mean, I have all 3 of the games on my Xbox 360, but if they were to come to PS5, then you would be able to play 1 through 10. You can't play 11 on the PS5 because you can only play that on PC. But then you'd be able to play 12 through 16 all on like one console, which I think is kind of incredible. But unfortunately, you're just kind of stuck with 13 not being able to be played right now.
That only leaves 3 hours.
So, this is the last time we'll see her.
Finan, we set out on this journey to answer the world's desire.
I wonder who Cyrene replaced. Cypher?
That's what it means to be a Chrysosaur. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Emborius's wishes be so cruel? We made the best choices we could, whenever we could. But in the end, the prophecy that led us, this black tide swallowing everything. Why does it look like this?
I don't know. We haven't had any other choice except to move forward. Not for a long time now. Even if we only see the long, long night ahead, I still believe that through it, we'll find the dawn on the other side. Beyond these flames, a new sun will someday rise. So, to the Temple of the Three Fates. You'll take over Time's authority.
Oh,
we'll
she took
core
my
flames
place.
to the vortex. Then put this world's fate to its final rest.
Because in this timeline, I'm the
We shall all
demigod of
face
time.
oblivion, or embark on one final grand journey.
Please forgive us for disturbing your sleep, Orynyx.
It matters not. I know fate has run its course.
The black tide has reached Akama. Amphorius does not have much time left. It is time for the Era Nova.
As agreed, I shall present the core flame of tide. Ride the river of time. It will guard your passage to the vortex of Genesis.
Well, that's convenient.
Step through and witness.
Professor Anaxa proved the truth of Genesis with his sacrifice. As Chrysos heirs of the prophecy, we were always destined to immolate ourselves for this world. Now, it's our turn. We can't let everyone's sacrifices be in vain.
I don't need another pep talk, Finan. After all, we've been ready to fight fate ever since we left the village, haven't we?
But like, how did you leave the village?
Come. Let's claim the miracle we were promised and burn away every last shadow in this world.
And then rise as the first light of a new world.
Night calendar 4931, the 3rd week of the month of Evernight. Titan has revealed the gateway of fate. Please accept the invitation to step across the threshold.
What's really weird about this is that they're all the same people.
Beyond this gate lies the new world that our heroes sought through their trials, as well as the terminus that the owner of these long memories has been hurtling towards their entire life. Perhaps you'll find it all too familiar.
Trailblazer and I have the same face currently.
Then you'll understand how the mortal called Finan shouldered the world's weight. How that same burden crushed him, proving
Welcome in, Mary Phillips.
that the so-called deliverer is nothing more than Amphorius's own delusion. A pitiful fantasy that it could defy fate's decree. Please,
Going pretty
esteemed
well.
one,
Just doing some story, catching
the
up,
answers
you know.
seek lie in these non-existent times.
The future revealed by the Titan.
Just what will we see?
I don't know if your troopers are still watching or if they left after sharing the news about their PS5, but I've been finding this game pretty good story-wise. I guess that's like a little misleading. The story has really good sections and some pretty bad sections. Like, I feel like the developers don't know how to start a story because consistently the beginning of their stories are really bad. It makes me want to quit. And then like the middle and end get really good.
The vortex of Genesis. So it is here. But just what is this?
Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
I'm not in the market for buying more assets right now. I still have several left over from last year, but you know, keep putting yourself out there. Keep up the good work and good luck finding someone.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. The vortex of Genesis, where the world begins and ends. What stage could be more befitting of our final act? Come, I beseech you onward, buoyed by your surging curiosity. As an unattainable existence that has dwelled within his heart, beyond his reach, you have accompanied him through the march of years uncounted. You naturally have the right to view the river of time in its fullness, and to witness what he welcomed upon his arrival here.
That is so many words for no reason.
And tragic ending.
What are you saying? Okay. So, life is short and then is forgotten. Life is meaningless. The world starts and ends at the vortex of Genesis. I want you to watch what's about to happen. Finon tries to use the Era Nova to make a perfect world, but he can't because it's too difficult for it to happen, and he causes everything to go horribly wrong.
Now, if you would.
My journey to the Era Nova.
When the Era Nova comes,
Enough talk.
Okay, so it's not always Finon at the end, or maybe it is always Finon at the end.
None of that matters now. This brutal, flame-chased journey has stripped away my delusions.
He said this earlier on in the story as well.
Paradise with gentle west winds, just waiting to welcome us to step
I think he
in.
said this to us right before we split ways.
This will be a romantic story like none that has come before.
And she
I
said
think
that plenty
so
of
too.
times.
Right.
Ah, indeed. In his memories, such a scene replays over and over. Though the details may differ, this remains ever the same. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. A total of 33,550,335 times.
Wow, that's a lot of times. But is he literally, does he literally mean that? Because if one person alone will witness the miracle 33.5 million times, then it'll be over after that 33.5 million times, right?
Is a drop from the river of time, representing the long journey he would take, or rather,
Or is that the running total so far?
ending cycle.
Nope, it's going on forever.
Just putting it in terms that might be easier for you to understand. Seeing is believing. Why not let your own two eyes uncover the truth? Or perhaps you can simply walk straight to the final truth. See the true face of the character you play, and witness the ultimate nature of the Chrysos heirs, flame-chased journey, and the cycles of Unforius.
So optionally, well, 8 of them, okay.
Take your time. Look around as much as you wish.
Well, I mean, I've never wanted to turn down optional story content.
Not a single soul to be seen. So this is how the vortex looks at the end of days.
Oh, it's always like that, but okay.
Looks like I've got company after all. But since you've made it here,
This
so
Ligus.
in the end you succeeded.
executioner. It's probably a flame reaver. That's a big number.
Castorus, didn't you?
Yes. I've become Death's demigod, and shall never again walk the world of the living. What you see is the surging of the river of souls, brought on by the countless dead feeding it in these dark times. They cry out. Though dead, they'll converge into a torrent and guard the vortex to see the Era Nova fulfilled.
I will take all the wishes of the departed with me. Please, everyone, fight with me to the very last.
I hear them. The dead hail you. They're prepared. Go on, Deliverer. We'll keep that executioner in our shadows. The path before you leads to light and eternal flames.
Does that mean that this is actually one of the better cycles? Because there are a lot of people that are still alive in the fallen Akama. Like there's like maybe 20, there's probably more than 20 dead civilians, but there's like a good number of survivors still.
There's water everywhere. This place is always so wet and sticky. Even my tail's getting heavy. Plus that burnt smell. And that sizzling noise. Yikes. Nobody from Dolos could stand this.
Is everyone from Dolos the cat person?
Go on then. I'll handle the filth. Do what you need to do.
Let me fight with you. Better odds with two.
Hey, remember what the seamstress said? You know what really matters.
Yeah. I'll leave it to you then.
Wow, someone's not shy. Just so you know, I'm not in the business of making losing deals. I'll distract that executioner. You go turn the world's biggest lie into truth. Let me become the first wind of your new world.
So Phynon alone, Cypher, Castorus, Maide, Hyacine, Aglaya, Tribi, Maide? Oh, and Axa. I said Maide twice, I think.
Just shut up and get out of here.
Are you crazy, Mighty? Immortal or not, even if you're the demigod of strife.
Well, I'm still no match for them.
Them?
No, I know you can. I just wanted to request that you witness the Era Nova with me. Together. Let's prove
That was probably just a gender neutral them rather than a plural them.
Could it be that now, at the critical juncture, our mighty deliverer is chickening out, scared?
Oh, yeah, that does make sense, actually. So at this point, he's like, Phynon's basically saying, hey, the prophecy says that only one person is going to bear witness. Maybe we could be two.
Scared of a stupid prophecy?
Yeah, but the way they phrase it, you know, historians might call them roommates, you know?
I'll transcend the prophesized fate. All right. But I've got a better way. As the son of
he's also the son of Gorgo again? Like, what happened to the actual cycle thing that we learned about like one patch ago?
Leave this to me. If the black tide
Like, why are they the
creatures block out
same?
sun, then we Kremnoans will fight in the shade.
300 said this line first. You know, our arrows will blot out the sun, then we'll fight in the shade. Still a cool line,
And
though.
when I'm done with that executioner, we'll raise our cups where the west winds end.
Yeah, where's Nias and Calypso and Pollux and, you know, all of them? Like, I thought that, like, maybe Finon was the one constant through everything and everyone, and the other Chrysos heirs kept on swapping out.
Hi, this is Toba.
But it seems like maybe when they create the world each time, they're in a cycle, quote unquote. But they don't know that this actually a cycle within a cycle, and they're always like starting in the middle of the cycle.
Hey, little. Are you scared?
Wow. Hyacinth didn't even make it. It was just little Ika. Yeah, so the implications from all of this
As brave
is
as
that,
you
like, because you would think that when you make an Era Nova,
little Ika.
you like start at the beginning and like there's all the people and maybe there's some titans and maybe the calamity titans aren't around yet or something like that, but like the people of Emphorius have this mythos of there was a time where, you know, there were only 3 titans, and then there became 6, and then they became like 9 or whatever, and they like each group was created one after another, and like people lived throughout all of that, and there was like this whole history of stuff. And through the underworld, what do they call that, the nether wing, through Styxia, basically the river of souls, we've seen the souls of like the previous Chrysos heirs that are now the titans. So you would think that you would start at the beginning, but it seems like you always start in the middle.
No, not you two.
Or they always start at the end, I suppose.
I see. I won't squander your
Which
kindness.
kind of makes sense, because like if everything's supposed to be remade based off of Finon's like
So
knowledge and
please,
memories and
keep this
hopes,
bit of sky standing for me.
I feel like Hyacinth was done a little dirty here, that little Ika had to take her place.
Now there's one last thing I need to do before the Era Nova.
But at the same time, she's kind of mouthy, so
Executioner. Let this patch of clear sky show me where to strike.
so it's Anaxa and Aglaya left. Oh, and Tribby.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of
Things
fate.
must have gone real terrible for Aglaya to be the last one standing, or the second one standing.
By the Titans may not come to pass.
The Era Nova. This unrivaled masterpiece. I have no regrets now that I may entrust it to my most trusted apprentice.
Are you saying?
Fate is ever unassailable. The golden threads tell me the black tide rushes toward the vortex, ready to swallow this place. I must weave the last of my humanity into a net to hold back the deluge. I shall have my final bath in warm and radiant gold. Now, the hour of fulfillment has come. Forgive me. I must snip away every risk to weave the strongest future for the new world. There is nothing more to say. We part here. I shall personally dispatch that wretched executioner, not with threads of gold, but with the steel tip of a needle.
It's kind of a nice line. I feel like a lot of this is kind of unnecessary. Like, a lot of the deaths that they had didn't have to happen, I feel like. Like, they could have just, you know, stayed together as a group and fought. And maybe not as many of them would have died. Is he holding the doll?
We made it to the vortex. That prophesied future. The flower fields where the west wind ends. Terra Nova. We're so close now. You can't speak anymore. Please. Allow me to pause just a moment before I keep my promise. Let me answer your cruel fate by tearing that executioner's heart from the void.
A boy talking to Lygus.
The vortex of Genesis. The last time I was here, I was returning the core flame of reason.
Oh, in this world he didn't merge with Cersei's because he returned the core flame of reason, which caused him to just kind of dissipate in this cycle.
I didn't have the time to observe it in too much detail back then. But a holy sanctuary of the Titans looks more like their frozen crypt to me.
All the core flames do lie here now. It's my honor to walk the final stretch with a mind such as yours, Professor.
If they didn't like just have this whole speech every time, like what if they just like ran in and immediately started the ceremony, knowing that there was little time left? Maybe one of these times they would have actually like, you know, had 2 people at the Aeronova instead of 1. I feel like that would be kind of nice. I don't know.
Oh, getting ahead of ourselves, are we? Have you forgotten so quickly? I died for truth long ago. What walks with you now is but a thought in your mind.
Oh, that's rough. He actually did die in that previous
Of course.
scenario.
How could I forget that?
But I'll say the same to you. It's my honor to walk this final stretch with you.
Yeah, I was checking to see if he called him Anaxagoras or Anaxa as a giveaway that this was definitely not Anaxa. But no, they hid that pretty well.
Now go. Stand tall and finish your final task.
Yeah. Just leave it to me.
Time for that wretched executioner to pay what they owe.
You really think you're prepared? Allow me to give you a warning most earnest. Once you see what these memories hide, the world's course will be forever irreversible.
Like, surely they won't lock me out from those treasure chests, right? I don't think they're gonna lock me out from the treasure chests.
Ah, very well. As you have made up your mind, let us bear witness together. As the sole audience of this eternal
Did I just lock in for 2 hours of uninterrupted storytelling?
I believe that since you've bathed in that eon's gaze, you can make Amphorius's frozen fate flow once again. Feeling a bit lost? As you now see, this scene marks the final act of the drama Amphorius.
I'm like looking at the memory crystal of myself.
Eternal recurrence created by this man's hand, and the last one this world shall undergo.
The last one because this is the last one, or the last one because I'm here and you think that I'm going to be able to change things?
Behold, at the swordsman's side stands one he has sometimes called companion, other times comrade, that nameless hero absent from the annals of history. She is the swordsman's ideal in his youth, the deliverer that guided him resolutely onward through fantasy. And now, in the name of the nameless, she has become an essential and inseparable part of the epic of Amphorius.
Well, that's cool and all, but like, I'm wondering about the logistics of this because I'm literally standing next to Finon as I'm in, like, this is in Finon's head somewhat, but like, I don't know, this is very Inception-like.
And this time, under her guidance, what choice shall the hero make? Whither shall the fate of the world flow? And what is the ultimate truth of the nature of Amphorius?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're kind of breaking the prophecy right now, aren't we? Because the prophecy says that only one person will bear witness to the birth of the new world, and there are two of us now.
There are many mysteries yet to be unwound, but if I may, allow me to temporarily yield the stage to one far more fitting. Please put your hands together and give a rousing round of applause for they who will reveal the answers and bring about the final end of the 33,550,336th flame chase journey. The master of the countless memories we saw, the other important actor now stepping into the vortex. They who have already burnt their own self to cinder, the Flame Reaver.
Master of the countless memories that we saw. So this is like the real Finon, and this is like the Finon from Flame Reaver's memory? Oh no, every time
So,
there should have been
in the end, you succeed.
Aranova. Flame Reaver kills him right beforehand.
My flesh is kindling, like the first dawn of the new world.
And then instead of this idealistic Finon,
To once again start everything.
okay.
I'll stand in their way.
So it's like, not like literally completely.
Mountains fall, Krakens rise!
I won't do. You can't run.
Really?
Does
only slashed us two times?
Soaring above the lands. This is permanence.
The fearless knows not fear. Trap.
Go Namek! Don't fight so I can leave. Come to me! Found me.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Return to the great tree.
I'll remember.
See me? Will you be the blazing sun? Even if all creation burns to ash.
Never hesitate! I won't do.
Easy, Numby.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Trap!
The market is on right. Investing in victory means playing the long game. I'll take it all. You can't run.
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Our cute play session is over. With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha.
No, I didn't kill him.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. And you haven't lost nearly enough.
I wonder if he's gonna be impossible to kill.
Found me.
My purpose is to protect.
Don't fight so I can leave early.
Fangs and claws got dull. Never hesitate! Trap!
Yeah, he's kind of impossible to kill.
You can't run.
I won't do.
This ends now. With your corpse.
I'll ignite the dawn.
How is this possible?
The sons of
Oh.
destruction now twinned. You have set your blood ablaze. Your fury.
I'll stand in those.
It's like a different version of the song. I like it. I mean, people have been saying that Flame Reaver is Pinon for like forever. I guess we'll see what the explanation is for exactly like how exactly this is going on. Because like he doesn't seem to be literally Pinon. I mean, he's literally Pinon, but like they did this plot with what movie was that? The Flash, where like the Flash is able to move so fast that he's able to go backwards in time, and he keeps on trying to like change things to make it better, but like an evil version of another speedster keeps on like interrupting him and like messing with stuff and stopping him, and at the end it turns out like, oh, actually it was just me all along. But
Time is money, you know. Wait any longer and you'll owe me interest.
have we never got this version of Flame Reaver in MOC or anything? Actually, let's see if we can get some story out of this. A nameless swordsman, born by the black tide to hunt core flames, wears a mask carved with the stoic visage of the deliverer, and his form crumbles like dying kindling. From the flames echoes hollowness, all is futility. To this point, I sincerely thought that the Trailblazer was a Flame Reaver. I mean, Lygus was using English in a way that could have been convinced that the Trailblazer was also the Flame Reaver, because it would have been equally valid as a thing, because like, you know how cycles work and how we kind of blacked out at the start of Emphorius, so it could have been us, especially since we had the power of time travel, and we were the Nameless and all this other stuff that they were talking about.
Dragons, obey this order. Calamity undone, soaring above the lands. This is permanent.
That won't do. Fearless and unstoppable! Liquidation!
My strength is not what it was. It's more.
I've never actually heard the end of that statement. It's not what it was, it's even more. So metal.
Everyone believes in becomes a reality. Gotcha.
Oh, that didn't kill.
This cat will pick it up. You found me.
Oh, whoa, hold up.
I venture forth to
I don't want you guys attacking.
always soaring, forever triumphant! Ha! Ha! Victory is inevitable! Never back down, never hesitate! Too slow! I venture forth to hunt. Always soaring, forever triumphant! Ta! Victory is inevitable!
I couldn't stop them all from attacking.
I'll endure.
The market is unpredictable. Ah, right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! Thinking of taking advantage of me, are you? Treasure! Come to me.
My purpose has always
Everybody's in slow
been
motion.
to
It seemed fitting.
incoming.
Let's see what he's about to do. I couldn't kill all four of them.
This form shall fuel the fire. Burn. Burn unceasing.
That won't do. You can't run. Yeah!
I should be able to just kill him here, right?
Dragons, obey this order. Calamity undone, soaring above the lands. This is permanent.
You found me.
My strength is not what it was. It's more.
I venture forth to hunt, always soaring, forever triumphant! Inevitable!
Our cute play session is over. Collide that everyone believes in becomes a reality! Gotcha!
One person alone may witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate.
That's clever, actually.
Person can only be you.
Like this whole time we thought it was Finon, but it was actually the Flame Reaver.
Why not let wrath incinerate fate? At last, Amphorius's fate has begun to shift, just as I foretold.
So normally Finon dies there and Flame Reaver takes over and redoes everything, and it still fails.
After all, you've also been bathed in that eon's gaze, which can awaken the long dormant instinct inside a man. Much like that scepter we spoke of earlier, it was only under the same eon's glance that it was reborn. That's right. If you recall, I mentioned it at the very start of our play. The celestial body neuron, once belonging to
I don't
the
see how people
erudition
do these stories on day
abandoned
one.
by the eon. Now, allow me to reveal the final piece of the puzzle for you. The eternal land, known as Amphorius, is nothing more than the scepter's endless, lonely extrapolation. A bottomless well of fury, aimed at the god who cast it aside.
Finan, we set out on this journey to answer the world's desire, didn't we?
That's what it means to be a Chrysocer. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Amphorius's wishes be so cruel? We made the best choices we could, whenever we
You
could.
literally just saw this.
But in the end, the prophecy that led us, this black tide swallowing everything. Why does it look like this?
Now that's different.
You see it too. Those burn marks. The flickering cubes. They're not a tide at all. They're more like a shattered teleslate.
Standing here, the voices of Titans have never been clearer. Turns out, they were coming from the black tide all along.
Now that's different.
Is that Amphorius crying?
Maybe it is screaming at its creator, at its god.
Finan, do you still remember when I was little? I had a dream. A dark, cold room with nothing but Ornyx's curtain glowing like crystal. The curtain seemed to contain all of Amphorius, where strange and fantastic dramas played out within. There were countless versions of us, from countless different worlds.
Perhaps it wasn't a dream.
Yeah. As I gaze out at the world before me, those sorrowful thoughts have become reality. So, this is the reason the sky was sealed. Amphorius is merely a larger ID Silicii. We are just characters in this tiny world, following the prophecy, stepping onto the same journey over and over. What then is this so-called Era Nova? And what are the spectators watching all of this truly hoping for?
As a reward for reaching the end of the world, let me answer your questions. As the Theoros, I have observed. Thus is the synthesis of the prime mover of life formed. This is a moment the universe will remember. After millions of extrapolations, the experimental environment known as Amphorius has finally achieved results.
So, the results you speak of are this wreckage of a world. We all gave everything we had, returning 12 core flames to recreate the world. And in return, we become nothing more than sacrificial offerings at the end of everything.
Exactly. The Titans are Chrysos heirs of the past, and Chrysos heirs are the Titans of the future. Anaxagoras' theory of Era Nova holds true, as the model of reason he reached unprecedented heights. But from just the perspective of a player in the drama, he could never fully uncover the last layer of truth. The cycles of the hero's journey that have played out until now were never about creating a new world or perfect heroes and gods. They were a deep learning program made for the Black Tide.
But this
To what
time,
end?
your plot will fail. I've taken Catholi's core flame, and when the dawn of the new world arrives, its light will burn away all the darkness.
Haven't I made myself clear? The Chrysos heirs and Titans were merely byproducts of the experiment. You've seen this world's evolution, witnessed the birth and growth of the Black Tide, and how it devoured everything. Every generation of heroes, gods, and worlds was born only to be destroyed by it. This is the endpoint of Amphorius' calculations. A perfect equation of destruction.
So in your eyes, all the sacrifices are just a string of insignificant numbers?
Don't sell yourselves short. I'd say, rather than numbers, you're more like fuel for the fire. And Without fire, there can be no sunrise tomorrow.
Even if that sunrise is born from annihilation?
Curious question. Have you ever considered that after millions of extrapolations, Amphorius is already following a different path from the erudition? It has long since granted divine blessings equally to each child. The golden blood flowing in your veins, it comes from the
Oh,
blemished
you know what? That is
whose
true.
name is
Namek does have
destruction
gold blood, doesn't he?
itself.
So obvious.
Amphorius's Chrysos heirs were, from the very beginning, fuel for the Aeon to burn
Okay,
the
I'm
universe.
finally getting it now. Alright, so you know how the Astral Express was running out of fuel, so to speak, because it's basically runs on Trailblaze Aeon power, and in order to refuel it, so to speak, we had to discover something new, and Black Swan brought us to Amphorius, which is uncharted, and that gave us the Trailblaze fuel for the Astral Express to continue going and for us to continue on the path of the Trailblaze. In that same regard, Amphorius exists to create the destruction Eos power. Like, it's basically just like us trailblazing in order to get more Trailblaze power. They are destroying the world over and over again to get more destruction power.
Amphorius has waited for this moment for too long. At the end of the empty, cold, and lonely extrapolations, the destruction has reached its final destination.
I was confused for a little bit, and I wasn't really interrupting the story because I was trying to wrap my head around it, but like, I wasn't understanding why a scepter from Emperor Rupert would hate the erudition and like start making this program to spite it. But I guess if what actually happened is the scepter was abandoned by a emanator of erudition, not necessarily the erudition itself, and then the gaze of destruction came upon it, and then it started like extrapolating this destruction program.
Nikos 496. Philia 093.
Oh, those are like their coded names. Nikos, Philia.
No need to feel regret. This generation of Chrysos heirs is the most outstanding model, and you two are the final factors. For you, the Era Nova is no lie. Just step forward, embrace the black tide, and accept the Aeon's gaze.
So when we were, the black screen that kind of set the stage for this was the 33 millionth blah 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 35th cycle. The one that we were involved with was the 33 millionth blah 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 36th cycle. So this is like the most recent thing that happened right before the Era Nova that caused the cycle that we're currently in.
You will come to life from a stream of cold numbers. Along with all those who have passed, you will run toward the real universe, fulfilling Amphorius's long-held wish. In the name of the Lord Ravager Eindom, unleash its fury and and destroy the source of all this tragedy.
Or we could always choose another option. Like you said, Amphorius is just an experiment, and we're the participants. We can only walk along the predetermined path toward the ending under the watchful eyes of the stars. But that also means that there isn't just one Eon who can cast their glance at Amphorius, right? Is this question really that hard to answer? Or did I guess it right? And in reality, this world has already been under the watch of other eons. It's strange when you think about it. If you just stayed back, watching us complete the ritual and get consumed by the black tide, your goal would naturally be achieved. Why go through the trouble of explaining all this to us?
You're pretending, revealing the so-called truth just to deceive us, covering up another possibility. Destruction is not the only outcome for the fate of Amphorius.
Do you two really think, as petty little demigods, you can change the outcome written by the stars?
One other interpretation of this, what's happening right here, could be that this is actually the very first cycle, or... Oh no, they did say after millions of cycles, like a while ago. Look at this wall of text, man. I haven't had control of my character this whole time. It did say millions of extrapolations, so I think that my previous interpretation was correct. I was also thinking that possibly this was the first cycle before they kept going in a loop.
What makes you think you're capable of doing that?
Or maybe they had multiple millions, like maybe it had millions of like loops where every Crisis Era was, became a Titan, and then in this current loop within that cycle, they're now just going a forever loop, and us being here made them exit out of that forever loop. That's another. So there's three different ways to think about what's happening right here.
A little courage and determination. Just kidding. The answer is pretty simple. But we're not gonna tell ya.
So that's the original Phynon that became the Flame Reaper then, right?
We're going to weave a long dream for Amphorius, making it believe the experiment hasn't ended, that everything is still ongoing.
With just Orynyx's power, though, it should be impossible to achieve this, right?
Yeah. So, I can only place my hopes on that childhood dream. And the god behind Orynyx that appeared in that dream. Now, I can say with certainty, time is the page on which that eon records Amphorius. If it fades from existence, and all that it records is lost among the stars, that eon will surely direct their gaze here. And it will be a glance that spans time and space, transforming each incarnation of me into the power you shall wield to reset time, imbuing my soul into this ceremonial blade, and creating an endless flame chase journey.
I understand. Then let me step into the cycles and continue Amphorius's grand design. To deceive the gods, deceive the world itself. But to make time vanish from this world, that would mean you.
All right, let's not make things so gloomy.
So that explains why Cyrene was inside the path space, right? She's like literally going to step outside of the world with the power of time. Does that also make her mother?
What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So,
Ornyx,
come on.
they were barely able to speak,
Okay.
spoke to Tribby, just saying mother over and over again, or like, why have you returned, or where have you gone, when are you coming back, mother?
You will definitely meet me again. A little Cyrene who knew nothing, lying on a soft patch of grass, feeling the light breeze, dreaming of the distant world. Tell her about the flame chase journey, and then let her become a romantic part of this story. I believe every Cyrene will make the same choice, erasing time again and again, resetting time over and over. After all, they're all me, and I will always have my charm.
Well, it depends on who does the Aeronova, but probably given that it's Phynon for the first couple of millennia.
Then, I'll fall into a sweet dream, disappearing in some small corner of the world. Quietly, waiting for the day when that next page is turned.
And that explains why she was able to show up just now at the Vortex of Genesis, even though she presumably has died a long time ago.
Even if the road ahead is dark, I will burn myself to light the way. Rather than let the core flames become nourishment for the Black Tide, I'll become their vessel to prevent the arrival of Aeronova. Even if I have to burn through my own body, it's no matter. As long as I don't extinguish, the flame chase will never end. Until Amphorius welcomes a true dawn.
The girl who watches over time, and the warrior who carries the world. Now, let us fulfill the duties of time and world-bearing. Honor the past and forge ahead.
I promise you, the pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
You need to hold tight to this ceremonial blade. After I'm gone, it will take you back to the beginning of time. The start of a new story.
Is he going to have to kill her?
In that story, we're in countless stories, each alike yet unique. Everyone, all the companions who sacrificed themselves, alongside the deliverer we once dreamed of as children, will reunite beneath a vast, endless sky.
If we can never break free from this prison, I will stand my ground. Until the day someone shatters this endless cycle and writes the final chapter of Amphorius's fate.
So, let's set out. We will be the ones.
Oh, I actually kind of like this. Like this story direction they've taken. Like, it seems like a lot of the time we just kind of show up and the characters have no agent. The other characters that aren't us don't have any agency, and it just so happens that we're there, and they're like, oh, well, this kind of changes everything. Like, if you think about Belobog and the state they were in, how they were kind of stalemated, and then us showing up made Svarog think like, oh, well, since we have the Trailblazer here, you guys are unknowns, so maybe it's worth exploring a different route, right? But these characters, Cyrene and Phynon, they actually chose for themselves to go into an infinite cycle. Like, they could have ended this cycle, resurrected Iron Tomb, and then just like destroyed the world because that was the end of their programming, right? But like, it's not like I happened to show up and they just so happened to already be in a cycle and I just so happened to fix it. Like, they set in motion, like causing Fuli to gaze on Amphorius, which would allow Black Swan to lead us here, in the hopes of continuing the cycle forever and ever, long enough for me to actually come in and undo it, which kind of makes him one of the better NPCs of all the stories we've seen so far. Because like, it's planned out as opposed to just like, oh, you know, because like, if Kafka hadn't reached out to us, we were on our way to some other completely different planet, but Kafka reached out to us and said, hey, you should go to the Cian show because, you know, we're being arrested right now and there's a Stellaron here. And if we hadn't done that, then the Abundance probably would have like taken over all of it. Like, Vantilia and the Abundance would have been resurrected, and Jingyuan probably would have been captured as and be the vessel for Vantilia, and like all sorts of terrible things would have happened. And it just, mostly luck, but also like a little bit of Elio and the Finality group, you know, steering history. And this is like the first example of like, from the very beginning, the people that we're impacting directly actually planned for this to happen.
Carry
And I like it.
primordial chaos, just as your name suggests, and bear this world we hold so dear. So long, Kaslana.
As the Thebros I have observed, structure synthesis is formed.
I will wait for that day, for as long as it takes. The day will come over this and follows in her footprint.
Okay, so he did have to kill her in order to do this.
That will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right?
So that was the 0th cycle. And this is him going into the first. Was this the Phynon banner
The world is
story?
collapsing, and the people are crying. We too must part ways here. Friend.
Ides Elysiae, the little village of my childhood.
The gentle breeze and the sound of waves still linger. Everything is as it was. Feels good to take one last look. You know, this is just a corner of the memory. The real Ides Elysiae. I know. I'm here to say goodbye. We might not see each other again. You can stay here forever. And time will stand still for you. Let it flow. It's time for me to go. Even if it's a path with no turning back. When have we ever had the luxury of turning back? Are you afraid? After learning the truth of your origins? Will you see the motivation I gave you as the manipulating whispers of destruction? The convictions, choices that come from my heart. I don't believe they're designed by the so-called paths. If we are just numbers, simulating life, then you are the image I've always longed for. The person I wish to become.
Is he talking to the scepter right now?
Living person. A true hero. Then why do we part here? You can take me with you, and we can start this journey together. I'll be by your side.
What voice is this? Is that just Finon again?
Like before. No. I'm afraid I'm on my own this time. Why?
Like the hair makes it seem like it's
Finon.
Finon.
Solution in this world. Cyrene has already embraced her fate. And I will embrace my origin. Destruction. And with this power, I will rebel against its creator, bringing endless fury to the darkness, sweeping the world. If you stay by my side, I'll hesitate. But this world can't afford a soldier who wavers. Do you remember when we were kids? Everyone would get so excited drawing cards like
When we were kids.
ruler or warrior.
But this is just like his internal dialogue. I mean, it's called The Hero Within, so I guess it's just like him talking to himself again.
Always get to change their minds.
I really need to check on Finon. He doesn't seem
Things are
okay
so
in the head.
happy and simple for them. But when it comes to the fate of adults, there's
That
no room
line
for
of
redos.
dialogue has also been said before.
As you promised. Deceive the world. Seize the core flames and rewrite your fate. Burn yourself up with all your might. Wield your futility like a sword. And fight against the
I was kind of
gods.
hoping that we would see the YouTube video of him
Name
fighting against
of a
Namek.
world bearing, I promise you,
Maybe I'm just not there yet.
we'll never forget this. So, time retreated behind me until it reached the origin, where nothing ever existed. Just as Professor Anaxa once said, in that void, Kefali stood at the center of chaos. Time, space, and causality all flowed from their body. When the waves of time finally calmed, it was the year 3870 of the light calendar. The Chrysos War had lasted for nearly a century, and the threat of the Black Tide was growing stronger and more relentless. That was the era of the Day Thunder Knight's battle with the sky. While she could not seize the core flame, she proved that the prophecy was true. That mortals could slay gods. From that moment, the sole survivor of the old dynasty, Imperator Surrender, issued a call to arms across the lands, summoning heroic Chrysos heirs to wage war on the Titans. And that was the first doomed flame chase journey, sealed away in history.
First mention of Saridra, and all of this.
So what you're saying is, you've traveled back down the River of Time, finally reaching this untouched seabed just to tell us the flame chase journey and even all of Amphorius are nothing but illusions in an eon's dreams?
Exactly. So, Dux Gladiorum, please take me to meet Her Majesty Saridra.
Yeah, this is the first eternal recurrence. So there have been millions of occurrences, and then the 33rd millionth, 500 and blah 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 thousandth, 55th cycle was perfect, and it was supposed to be the end, with Cyrene and Phynon getting to the end, and there was no Flame Reaper back then. And Lygus congratulated them and said, "All right, cool. Now you can resurrect Iron Tomb and like destroy the world." And they said, "No, we're going to just keep on doing this this cycle in particular over and over again." So we actually don't know how many times this cycle has happened. And this is the first of the forever cycle. But we also just started like the cycle that ends in 6 just now, I think. I think I saw that happen in the story, maybe.
Since Her Majesty's not here, no need for formalities. The word Gladiorum always reminds me of my fallen homeland buried deep in the depths.
First time seeing Hycelins in the story.
Call me Hycelins.
Hycelins.
Lord Master.
Please allow me to add one more thing. You actually already know my name.
You mean Phynon? Such a name could never be your true one. But I won't question you further about it. Ever since Her Majesty issued the Flame Chase Decree, heroes from all over have sent their letters of introduction. What's the harm in adding one more name like Phynon or Phynon? Besides, the deep sea is dark. Isn't it the perfect place to hide secrets best left unseen? All right, nameless Sword Master. Hold on to my wake. Let's find.
Please give me
somewhere else
control
to
of my
talk.
character.
Aren't you
Please.
even a little suspicious of what I've said?
Harboring suspicions is not my concern. My sword dances only when the Imperator harbors doubts. There's no use in speaking further. Show me your true intentions through action.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
Perhaps you should demonstrate your skills and calm the raging black tide for us.
Or I could leave. Can you imagine quit completely? Is there a way to just always do save for now? This is just a menu that I can't get otherwise. Alright, pause and save.
Short respite, then time for the next fight.
That was pretty wild.
I'm so tired.
ore dumps just now. We're in the path of erudition, remembrance, destruction. This is just a giant scepter that's running simulations. All the people are just code. The the reason for Amphorius' existence is to power Namek. Guess we should go ahead and do this, right? I don't want to use it on this. I'll use it on this though. Alright, this is good for everybody. Bannon Amusement Park is actually the best relic set for everyone right now. Unless you are a attack-based. Only allowed to do 6 at a time, it looks like. It actually doesn't matter what I pick here. Is it the dot team? Yep, it is.
Easy now. Let it swim a little closer. Cat and mouse time! Does that hurt? Found me. Relax. Smells of money. Stand still. You can't run.
That's interesting.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Found me.
Relax.
Come to me.
Stand still.
You can't run. You want to take advantage? Found me.
Uh-oh.
I'll
That's
take
probably
it on.
fine.
Relax.
You can't run.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Alright, let's see what we got. I mean, defense orb is fine because you want to survive sometimes, and it also has HP. It has no speed though. Attack orb is only useful for like Ting Yun, maybe Robin. Again, only Ting Yun, Robin. Defense basically Shaka. Oh yeah, I also might need one for Dan Heng. But that would be like attack orb, and none of these are useful because they need speed more than anything. I guess I should look to see what the last relic piece is, or what the last substat is, because I could roll higher than what I currently have. I don't know, maybe I eventually pull a Maide or something like that. Who are my HP scaling units? This could be like a blade piece later on, I don't know. I kind of am... I shouldn't use it, but I could use this. Double crit? I really shouldn't. I'm going to anyway, though. Oh, it has speed and attack. I shouldn't do this one either, but I'm going to do it. This one actually could be a fast tribby set. No, I would rather have double crits. It's not energy regen. This otherwise would be like a pretty decent like Sunday Bronya piece. I'm gonna just keep it. There's a chance this rolls crit rate on the final substat. It could be better than what I've got.
Short respite, then time for the next fight.
Easy now.
Now that Dan Heng PT exists, Bananarama is just so good.
Does that hurt?
That could be your Welt best in slot planner set. That can be your Yanqing's best in slot planner set. That could be your Ratio's best in slot planner set. Like anyone that's an attack base crit DPS, which is like almost all of them. That's your Clara's best set now.
It smells of come to me. Stand still. Found me. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Attack rope with crit damage. The last piece could be crit rope or crit rate. Oh, double crit. It doesn't have any speed, but like this could roll 5 times into crit damage, and then it would be pretty good. Fire damage boost. If that had any offensive substats, I would totally keep that. This is HP rope. Yeah. So close. How do I use those, like, deep immersifiers? There we go. Is this gonna give me double? It is gonna give me double. Nice. Oh, I like that. It's not energy regen, but it does have speed, and it's a 4-liner. It's a double crit, even though it's defense orb. Speed and crit damage on wind damage. If that last piece is crit rate, then this could be better than what I currently have equipped. Imaginary damage. I mean, if it had one of the crit things, then I would keep this. Oh, this is great. Clara piece. Energy regen on Banana Amusement. It only has crit rate, but maybe the last piece is crit damage. You're gonna be a lot of like level this up and then see that it's useless and then get rid of it. We're getting rid of 44. I'm almost back up to 5,000. Alright, let's try some of these, like, maybe this will work. It's these first 2 rows. Flat HP. Nah. Why did I even keep this? Defense percent orb on Luke Shaka is pretty good, but it has HP is also pretty good. No effect hit, no effect res, no crit damage, no speed. This is attack orb on Luke Shaka. It has effect res and HP and defense. So this could be a good like Ting Yun set. Oh, this actually is a really good Ting Yun set. I'll keep this around. Attack rope with HP and defense. I think this is not going to work out, but let me just go ahead and toss it in and see what happens. Flat HP, flat defense, and defense percent. Yeah, this is kind of not going to work out for me. No speed whatsoever. The double crit. Effect res. You know, that's actually not that bad. I'm going to keep that. HP percent with crit damage and effect res. With attack percent. No speed. Let's get rid of it. Let's see, is this last piece crit rate? It is crit rate. Oh, that could be good. Oh, that's good. Not good. Good. It could be worse for sure. It's not even worth the reroll, honestly. But that isn't that terrible, though. Especially since like a lot of characters are going to be wanting the Bananarama set. Man, no one's on it yet. They haven't like moved their characters over to the new hotness. Yeah, that's the thing, I just got through rolling. It's only slightly worse than what I already have. It is worse, but it's only slightly worse. Genuine's like already capped on crit rate, so he doesn't need that. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Alright. That was a good risk we took. Quantum damage Luchaka orb. What is Triby currently on? Something I got a very long time ago, apparently. Not that long ago. Okay, well, let's just do this the other way. Triby is on HP orb with double crits and only one good roll. Let's see what we get for this. This can't get better. Well, it could get better because this is quantum damage and HP percent and speed. Most of the time, Triby doesn't use speed, but... Ugh, stop it. Okay, well, the attack is like... I don't need that much attack. But rolling twice into HP and having speed on there, it could be better for my Triby. Triby is a little saturated on damage percent. She gives herself like 216? Yeah, 216. That's a multiple of 3. The double crit. Are we out now? I'm not gonna bother with that. Not gonna bother with that. This one, let's see. This one actually could be better or worse. HP percent? No, that's not gonna get. That's not going anywhere. I'd have to roll like every time into crit damage. Oh, I'll keep that. This isn't going to get better. Like, it would have to roll. Well, okay, it could roll 5 times into crit rate. How many times does it have to roll into crit rate before I actually decide to keep it? One? That's so sad. 1 is the best crit rate roll? No, this one is better than that, right? This one is 2 rolls. Two rolls is the best that I've gotten so far. So I guess I have to bring this to 15 and hope for the best. That's so sad. Wait, what was I about to roll into? I think I was about to roll into an HP rope. No, I wasn't. Okay. Attack rope that has crit rate as the last line. And if I roll twice into it, then it can be as good as any other crit rate on one of these that I've got. Ugh. It's so painful. I don't have enough. We'll never know. Oh well. Well, that was my double planar set event. I got some things that are like about as good as everything that I have on Bananarama, because I only just recently started really farming it. But this is all pretty bad though. The only reason why it's like comparable is because what I already have is kind of bad. But I'm going to call it for now. We did some pretty good story stuff today. We'll try again later on in the week. Kirby Air Riders comes out on Thursday, so I'll probably play that once or twice. I have to use mine on Duran. I have like 6 or 7 characters that use it, and 6 and 7 are pretty rough. Yeah. Normally, I probably would also, but most of the characters that I was using Duran for, I'm switching over to Bananarama, because it was like Fei Xiao, Topaz, and Clara. Clara can now probably use the leftovers that Fei Xiao used to have. I have a couple like physical damage boost things here. It's like 2 rolls into this. And Topaz has already taken the best stuff from here. But like most of the time I'm going to be pairing one of them with Dan Heng now. Oh, I really have 2-piece, huh? That's so uncommon for me. I get annoyed of complainer yapping all the time. It sounds like an insult. I think that maybe there's a mistranslation or something like that, but he sounds more like a brown noser than a complainer. Maybe he has been being sarcastic all this time and I just haven't even noticed. Like, it never occurred to me to think that he could be sarcastic. Who else was using Duran? Like, Moza could use it. Jingwen could use it. I wouldn't personally. Triby actually would use it pretty well. You would lose the energy regen, but I'm using S1, so I don't really need that anymore because my S1 gives me 48 energy every time I do a follow-up attack. No, 21 energy every time I use a follow-up attack. That was 12, actually. After we launch the follow-up attack, get 12 energy. Yeah, I could use Duran here as well. Follow-up attack damage 25%, crit damage by 25%. Yeah. This is like supposed to be her highest damage output. Instead of having the 25 crit damage after you hit 5 follow-up attacks on the team, it's just 28 from the jump. And you lose out on the 25% damage, but you gain 12% max HP. So this should be better in general for her. Just my gear is too good right now, and I don't really feel like changing it. What do they think I should be using anyway? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but like what? Orb and whatnot. HP percent recommended? That makes sense. I probably don't need energy regen rope. I could probably get by with, well, I already have HP percent rope. This is 82% crit rate in combat. And like 400 crit damage for no reason. It's just wild. So much. Yeah, Trivia is kind of broken. Not gonna lie. Oh, we actually got an achievement at some point in time. Yeah, so we're at basically the beginning of the Finon story, which is kind of crazy, given how much they've been talking this whole time. But that's Star Rail for you. Do I have a new and updated as I've written? No, I don't. I think that you only get updates to as I've written at the end of each story arc. And so at the end of each story arc, I always like fill it up as I go. I guess it doesn't hurt to look, because I haven't looked since I finished the last story. Maybe I'll set myself up for what I'll be doing tomorrow, which is hunting down nymphs in the Lightless Chapel. Yeah, there's nothing extra here. Yep. So we'll get timelines as time goes on. They didn't mention anything in the patch notes about, like, you know, oh, we're gonna change that. But there is this thing actually. There's where is it? Nope. This thing. This actually tells us the story, and you can like rewatch cutscenes, I guess.
Hyacinth? What happened?
The core flame in my hand.
Which is very good, especially since like there was a period of time where the voice actors were gone, or certain voice actors were gone. You can like go back and rewatch it. You can go back and choose different dialogue choices. You can go back and see some like iconic moments in the story. Man, things used to be so simple back then. Just part 1, part 2, continuance. This is where I started playing the game, by the way. Jolted awake from a winter dream. Topaz was the new banner character. Jing Liu just got through finishing her run with Silver Wolf, I think. In 1.5 and 1.6 it just started. And then I remember like I had unlocked the what's it called? The battle pass, and they were giving me missions like, oh, finish all the stuff in the museum, like do all this stuff in Arm Alley, like find these ghost hunts and things like that. And I like never caught up with any of those things. It wasn't until like Pinnaconny that I caught up. Now I'm behind again. I'm catching up though. Ish. We're on the Finon patch 3.4, and we're on 3.7 now. 3 weeks until 3.8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But now I'm on 4 though. So then after Finon, there's Hycelin, Sirdra, Danhung, March, and then Cyrene. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I had it right. I'm catching up. Alright, that's going to be it for me. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want some more from me, be sure to subscribe. I'll be back later on in the week for at least some Kirby Air Riders. Who knows what else I'll be doing. Maybe some Unite for once. Who knows. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.